What's up, y'all? Good morning, or not even good morning, good afternoon. Happy Saturday. It's a pretty good Saturday. It was damn near. It was sunny, and then it just started raining a couple seconds ago. I don't know how you been outside today, Lamar. I know you right around the corner too, bro. Like I was going to walk my dog
Yeah,
and shit, and then all of a sudden just started sprinkling.
yeah. It was. It seemed like the sun was going to try to come out. I was kind of looking out throughout my window, but then, yeah, it just started raining out of nowhere, super randomly. So I don't know. That's that Bay Area shit.
Bro, I'm hyped today. You gonna have John Jones fighting later today. I got my money on John Jones. I don't know who y'all going for, but he just moved up to heavyweight, so it's gonna be a little hard because he just jumped the whole ass weight class. And John Jones is known as one of probably the greatest ever UFC fighter, but now he's really gonna be put to the test and jump like, bro. He got like he got a baby belly now, but like a six pack on it. It's different.
Yeah. Nah, yeah. It's funny. He always been. I mean, even though his body do look like that, he always been like in the best shape possible. I feel like he always been responsible for that. Like he take his fight seriously, so he gonna be ready.
It's hella
Not
funny
saying
though.
he gonna win, but he gonna be ready.
Hella funny. I feel like John Jones' body type always been kind of skinny, regular looking person body, but he just got so much power and skill and determination behind each punch. Like he really with it. He really with it. I'm hoping John Jones gets it tonight, gets the dub. But I think at what time that fight go? Like 5:30, 6, 7 o'clock? I don't even know.
Most likely, I'm pretty sure that's the main event, so that's most likely going to be around, for sure, probably around 8 or 9. I want to
If
say.
not, something like that. But let's dive into it. We got to talk about NBA first. I already know y'all been seeing it all over Twitter. Y'all been seeing it all over Instagram. You probably can't open your phone. You can't even go on YouTube because if you're on YouTube, you're probably seeing us right now. And the title is John Morant. So with John Morant, the
Speaking
news
of
with
NBA young boy,
him and slapping NBA young boy. We've been knowing John Morant was a big young boy fan. We've been knowing he was about that 4K trade. We've been knowing he had Black Air Force energy, at least since he's been in the NBA supposedly. I'm not too deep on it. We haven't really done the backstory and the history. We're gonna have to dig it up. I would love to hear John Morant speak about his life story and him coming up more, especially since people are trying to, defame his character a little bit. So maybe he could come out and speak on it. And why not come on here and give us a little talk about it, huh Lamar? why
oh
not come?
yeah, come on,
Yeah,
Josh.
yeah, come on, y'all get over here. Let it be known. But the big news today, John Morant, he was on Instagram Live and it looked like he was at maybe a nightclub, maybe a party, strip club. I don't know what it was, but he was having a good time. But he ended up flashing the gun, and that was pretty big news because we already know the other situations that's happened a couple months ago, and they reported today that he's actually been suspended. Are you able to see this more?
Yeah,
John Morant and the Grizzlies have suspended John Morant for at least 2 games after he appeared to display a gun on Instagram Live while at a nightclub. And it looked like they was all having a good time. It looked like they were all partying. I didn't understand it. I don't know why he whipped out the gun, but I wanted to pull up the video too. I'm not gonna play it too much just because it was some other stuff up in there, and then also it's music playing in the background. So we're gonna show them just small clip of that also. You seen that,
it's
right,
not.
Lamar?
Nah, it's sure.
Are you not able to see it?
No,
Damn, blood, why you didn't tell me that?
no. I mean, shit, you played it so damn fast. I was trying to tell you.
Man. All right, now you're able to see
Yeah, I can see them.
it. Man. All right, let me rewind that. Let me rewind that. Little ass gun. Hey, he had a little ass blick on him, but was
Man,
you?
play the whole clip.
I can't play the whole clip, bro, because I kept
Why? What the
watching.
hell?
He showed some titties up in there. Oh, I don't want to say some boobies. I don't want to be showing. I don't want to show that on the camera. I don't think
Bro, he
we can show
already
that.
showing the gun on camera. It was like that's worse than showing the damn titty.
You think showing a gun is why? Showing a gun is like showing a knife. I get a knife, I just show y'all the knife. It's different if I just start pulling up my shirt and be like,
See,
you're gonna be like,
to each his own. To
you
each his
said
own.
you said what?
No, I said to each his own.
To each his own. But John Morant, right before we even hopped on here, he actually came out and he had a statement to make too. Let me pull that up. And this was Sham actually reported. So John Morant John Morant, I take this is from John Morant, statement from him. I take full responsibility for my actions last night. I'm sorry to my family, my teammates, my coaches, fans, partners, in the city of Memphis, and the entire Grizzlies organization for letting you down. I'm going to take some time away to get help and work on learning better methods on dealing with my stress and overall well being. I thought that was kind of strange because I didn't feel like is that what led up to him posting the video? It looked like he was having a good time. Is that how he deals with? Is that how he's saying he deals with the stress? Just like going to the nightclub. I didn't feel like it was a problem with him going to the nightclub just until they whipped out the
All right.
gun. But what was your whole take on the
Yeah.
situation? How are you feeling about John Morant? Them suspending him 2 games. I don't know if should he have been suspended? Did he do anything wrong?
So I think he made that statement just because that was like the right thing to say. I mean, obviously, I'm pretty sure he meant it. Because like obviously he kind of embarrassed himself and his family, like just his name, been in the headlines like this. But I feel like people do stuff for stress all the time. People smoke, people drink, people go out to bars. I know a lot of females, personally that they be stressed in school, so they like to after school at night, they like to go to bars and stuff like that, get a little drink. Vice versa. So, maybe that's what he likes to do, to get some stress off, maybe after a loss or after a win to kind of celebrate. But my whole take on this, I definitely have two sides to this. One, I'm gonna just go ahead and say like he definitely shouldn't have done that. I definitely could say that. I agree. He should have known better. I'm pretty sure like he's a young player, obviously, but it's like, bro, you've been kind of like watching the NBA all your life. You've been kind of following NBA. This ain't really never really happened.
Never.
But you've seen instances where NBA players have got caught up with like guns. Or one thing I can think of is with Gilbert Arenas and one of his teammates. They had like a gun in the locker room or something like that. That was controversial. So I don't know. When you hear stuff like that, it's like, come on, like why would you? I mean, Ja didn't have the gun and like he didn't bring it to the to the locker room or like that, but he still showed it. And it's like, bro, you the star player of this organization, let alone so many young players, so many young people look up to you, and that's kind of the thing as well. And it's like now these kids gonna kind of grow up thinking like, oh, like John Morant had a gun, so I'm gonna get a gun or something like that. But then my other side of this, to it as well. I feel like he, like you said, he was really stressed. He was turned up. That's probably what he do. He probably been doing that since college. It's probably something regular. The only thing with the gun situation, like you said, like if he was good until he had the gun, he was good until he showed the gun. But I honestly feel that shit, when you live in Memphis, Tennessee, you do gotta have a gun on you though. I mean, he probably just showing it, basically saying like, I got it on me, I guess. I don't know. I'm just trying to tap into his mental and his young mind. Like, what was he thinking, Even though he probably was drunk or faded when he was on live doing it. But if I'm probably doing that and I'm showing it, I'm probably showing it. Tell these folks like, it's been, room like, Shannon Sharp and a lot of people, especially people like you, talking about, oh, John Morant ain't with that, and I don't know why he's trying to play like he.
That. I never said he wasn't.
What? My bad. Okay, my bad. Not you, but I'm just saying, like like who? Somebody went on Twitter and said that too. I forgot who it was specifically, but they was like, oh, why you trying to act like you street or whatever now that you're in the NBA or something like that along those lines. But
right.
I feel like maybe John Morant trying to prove a point. Maybe I don't know. Like I'm just
I get it. I think I get the point. I don't know if
because like just imagine,
but I get the point.
Yeah, like just imagine like somebody trying to test you and you like, bro, I'm from EPA, like man, I ain't playing no games, and they like, man, like you ain't about that. And like, and I'm just saying, like, what if you really about that? You like trying to prove a point, like, oh, I ain't about that for sure. I'm gonna show you. That's what I'm just saying. So some people be thinking that way.
I hear you. So this is my question to you. All right, so what was the player with the Raiders that he ended up getting kicked off the squad?
Damon Arnett. Showing him all them guns.
Yeah, he was posting like an AK, he was posting a rifle, and he ended up getting kicked off the squad. I think maybe the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And you brought it up. Okay, so the kids, John Morant.
Honestly, no. Honestly, that wasn't his only instance, though. I think he got suspended a few times, and that was like the last straw.
Well, this isn't John Morant's first instance either. I'm going to show you a couple of those too. But like you said, the kids John Morant, and you see these rappers posting this all stuff all the time. They taking drugs, they showing guns, and then you look at John Morant. You know the NBA stars are supposed to be like the light. What they try to make them the light and the superhero, basically. You know the guys that are all positive. You know we do charities, we do stuff for the kids, we do all the positive light stuff. But when you see
Mhm.
your favorite NBA star acting like NBA young boy, he's posting guns, he's showing guns. Little kids like, damn, I'm about to get a Glock too. I'm about to be in the NBA and be a real never broke again baby, just like Ja. You know, I'm about to bang
Like
folks.
just imagine. My
Yeah,
bad. I was gonna add on to what you said. Just imagine like in an instance where he go to like a charity event and some little kid or something, kids be innocent, and they be like, "Ja,
Ja,
like, where's your
Ja,
gun?"
throwing up gangs like Ja. Come on,
Or he be
bro.
like,
No,
"Ja, where's your Glock? Where's your gun at?" You be like, "What the?" You be like,
no.
"What the?"
But seriously though, that's the image that he's
Yeah.
kind of presenting that, and that's not what the NBA. You know, they worked hard to kind of difference themselves from the rest of the league. You don't see it in the NFL either. This doesn't happen in most sports. But John Morant, I feel like he's just living, but he's living a little too fast. He's having fun, but he's having fun a little too much. Slow it down, calm it
Well,
down. But I don't
the
like to
thing,
say too
the
much.
thing
If he just
is, my bad. I'm gonna let you finish. My bad. But I was gonna say real quick. The thing is, I mean, we can't really say like, "Oh, he living too fast," da da da. Like, because you gotta think if we're NBA superstar, or we're superstars of a team or some team, and we all this money,
yeah,
nobody can tell us nothing.
can't tell me shit.
The only mistake that he's making is going on live or
Showing the people.
making it known. He letting it be known. Like you feel me? That's the only thing. Okay, you don't gotta show the gun. Yo, we know. Okay, they know you got a gun. Let people think. Oh, I'm not about that life. Just let people think I ain't got no gun. We,
And
you feel me?
I feel like didn't isn't that what Shannon brought up?
To be honest, I didn't even really get to see that clip.
I want to show a couple of the articles also. And this is not like I said, this is not his first occurrence. He's dealing with the 17-year-old. He's dealing with I think he had something with the mall cop, and he had one more other incident. Let me pull it up.
Oh, where they was pointing like the laser at the team van, team truck, team
Right, and
buses.
that was with one of his friends, right?
Two of them was with the friends though. The mall cop I believe was with the home. No, my bad. The mall cop was with was a job. But that one was kind of like whatever, because I mean, like you said, there still is an instance that he been in the news, but supposedly his mom was the one that was getting disrespected, and she called Josh. So
So
I
look,
mean, Darren, come on, like if your mom call you, be like Darren, this
right.
dude down here disrespecting me. You gonna come down and like, what's going on?
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm not just about to let that pass. You ain't just about to mess with my mom, but look,
Yeah,
so
not my dude,
this not
not my dude.
not my deuce. But look, this is not his first occurrence. So look, so this was a couple months ago. I want to say it's like 2 or 3 months ago. You had John Morant, his inner circle, allegedly aimed a red laser at an Indiana Pacers during an aggressive confrontation after a game. So you remember that? That was literally what, like 2 months ago. And then John Morant
Yeah.
allegedly punched the teen a dozen of times to flash a gun at the police report says. And that was literally what, March 1st. That was
Mm.
less than a month. John Morant accused of making threatening statements towards the Memphis Mall guard. And this the one you said was with his mom?
Yeah, supposedly, yeah,
And then
allegedly.
this is just from last night. John Morant appears to flash a gun on his Instagram live video while posing. Okay, yeah, you already know the posing topless strippers just days after the reporter revealed a 12 million a year NBA star. I'm over reading this shit too fast. So I'm trying to cut it through because we gotta go. We ain't got hella time. But
No, I got time.
oh, you do got
I ain't
time?
gotta start really get. I ain't gotta get really get ready until like 3 o'clock.
I
But
thought
I
you said
gotta
you
work at
start. I thought
4.
you said you start at 3.
I said I start at like I gotta get ready at around like 3.
Damn, bro, I'm over here thinking we have way less time than we do, bro. All right, my bad, y'all. Let's get it then. I was thinking you had to go to work at 3. You had to dip at like 2:40.
Mm-mm.
anyways, let's get back on the whole John Moran situation. So with Jado, so look, that's 4 occurrences in what, less than like 2 or 3 months. I don't even think a lot of these situations are as big as they should be. It's just that it's so frequently. It's like literally here it is. Here's one. Here's another one. 2 weeks later. Here's another one. 3 weeks later. Here's another one. Less than a week later. And then he just signed with Nike. He just signed another deal. And I feel like endorsements. When do you think they're gonna start pulling out? When do you gonna think they're gonna say, oh, "Look, we've had enough. It's been too much. You're
It's gonna be
posting
tough though.
guns." Yeah, it is gonna be
It's
tough,
gonna be
but
tough
it's not gonna be that tough if
because
nobody
Ja
else is.
it's gonna be tough for Nike and those endorsements because shit, Ja is a superstar now, and I mean, even though he did that, and he got suspended 2 games or whatever, but he is gonna come back and he's gonna perform, and he's super young still, so
And
I don't know. But the thing is, oh my bad, I was gonna make a statement about the gun. Good thing that motherfucker didn't have no laser on it because they was gonna really tie that gun to the to to the what's going on. That was gonna make it easy, just like, oh yeah, that was definitely that gun with the laser that he was pointing at my nigga Halliburton.
so look, they suspended him what 2 games right now, but they're talking about suspending him for the rest of the season. I don't know if
No,
they
they not,
should. They are. I don't know if they should though. I don't feel like they should. They all he did was show the Glock.
bro.
I'm not saying
No,
he
they
should
not.
have showed the Glock. It's not good. It's not bad. I mean, it's not, but it's not terrible. It's not like he shot somebody with it. It's not like he hit somebody with it. He just showed a small glimpse of it. And we might not even know that gun could be fake. It was a tiny gun. That could be a prop gun that they was just shooting. I don't know what they was doing. Maybe they were shooting a commercial.
Or a video. Yeah, hey, if I was smart, I would. You got good lawyers. I'm saying that we was in the video, shooting the video. You see, we was on live.
Fake guns. I know I shouldn't have done that. I was just trying to
These was
help my
prop guns.
friend. I didn't think it was going
Yeah,
to be that big of a deal. I was just
yeah.
drunk.
I
I'm
was just,
sorry,
I was just playing with a prop gun.
thinking I was cool. Y'all know I'm not gangster. I just be playing. That's what he said. Y'all know I ain't gangster. I just be playing. Y'all heard it right there on Skip and Shannon's show. I'm not no gangster. That's what he need to say.
I want to see Ja have a sit down with Shannon. I want to see if that'll
Do you
happen.
think he would? Do you
Come
think
on.
he would be open to that?
You never know. Never know. They probably you never know. Like I mean, they probably things are probably kind of a little heated right now, but you never know. Like maybe within a couple of months, they have squashed some stuff. Like after the season, maybe.
Maybe.
Cause all that stuff really got heated because of the game. Cause Shannon's just so in love with Bron, which I'm in love with
Yeah.
Bron too. That's the goat. But yeah,
Shout out
some people
Kobe.
just can't
Real
take
go.
some. Yeah, shout out Kobe, shout out Jordan, all them goats.
Yeah, I ain't
But some
saying no
people
about
can't take
Jordan.
shit talking for some reason. Some people I don't know. Darren, I might be wrong, but some people can't take shit talking. Some
See,
people get really angry.
Lamar takes it a little
That's
better
why.
than I do because I was over there
And
talking
that's
shit
why.
when the Eagles lost. He wasn't even
Yeah,
saying nothing too much.
yeah. Because I mean, it is what it is. Because if you was a Chiefs fan, then I'd be like, damn, like that's what I'd be talking. But you're a Niner fan, so we handled you already. Nothing to talk
Quit it
about.
out, man. Stop it, bro. Stop it.
All right,
We ain't
my
gonna
bad.
get
Go ahead, go ahead. We
nobody
handled
trying.
y'all, man.
Nobody
Wait till
trying to
next
hear.
year, 2023.
Nobody trying to hear about no Eagles, bro. Nobody cares, bro. Y'all, hopefully, Niners get themselves back into it. But I also want to talk about the XFL. Lamar, I was just telling you about this earlier with the whole quarterback situation and how he gave a playbook. So this was
Dormity.
reported by Dov Kleiman. The story is the Guardians of the XFL cut quarterback Quentin Darmody. Is that how you say his name? I want to say
Quentin
Quentin
Darmody.
Darmody. Okay, after he allegedly gave an opposing team plays from the Guardians playbook, the team heard about it, investigated, and released Dormady. They also removed his stats from the XFL website, and I feel like this is pretty big because I feel like the XFL is finally starting to look like they're a real football establishment, a real football franchise. They're starting to get all these teams together. It was looking pretty good because you've seen it in previous years with the whole XFL with Vince McMahon, and then The Rock took over, and then I think the other two. There's also two other owners in there, right?
I believe so. I don't
Yeah,
know
so there's
exactly
like
who they are, but
yeah,
part
it's
part
like
owners.
yeah, part owners, a 3-part ownership, and they were looking good. I've been watching the XFL, I've been keeping up with it, so I feel like this is a big blow. And also, people have been trying to bet on it. Betting sites have been allowing some small stats to be betted on in the XFL. So then, when you got this going on, you got teams purposely losing. You got guys. I don't know. You feel like he's getting paid for giving up these stats, or maybe he's just cool with somebody on the other squad and he's just giving them up. But I feel like this
Bruh,
is a disgrace to just being a football player, period. I wouldn't do this shit in high school. I wouldn't do this shit in elementary school, middle school, whatever league you got football. I wouldn't do this shit in fucking what's the little pro arena football, anything. Not even in the Drewski league, bro. Not even it could have been. Wouldn't do it.
nah, yeah, this situation is crazy because I never heard something like this in sports. Well, me personally, I never heard nothing like this. But nah, Dormady, he is an idiot for this, dude. Like it's crazy. Like I don't know, just the integrity of the game. It's like you just disrespected the integrity of the game. You like you get, especially your teammates should have whooped your ass. Like,
Yeah, shit left
and
out
they
a
0
bloodbath.
2. And they 0 2. So it's like, damn, now that's probably one of the reasons why they 0 2. I'm pretty sure both games they had a shot to win down the line or make some plays, but still though the other team had that advantage. So
And somebody got to be snitching, right? Because it's like I don't know how they were able to find that out. It
oh
had to
for
be.
sure, for sure. But he should have known that. He should have known somebody was gonna find out or tell.
And how
There's no way. It's
ass,
too many players. 54 players. Like, it's got to be like, bro, word of mouth, and having game telephone, people talking.
bro, and how ass and disgraceful do you have to be as a quarterback to just look in your teammate's face every day, knowing you giving up the plays, knowing that they don't have a fair chance? Like, how do you call yourself a quarterback and then you do your teammates like that? Quarterback's supposed to be the leader of the locker room. That's why you're not in the NFL. That's why you probably I don't even know who the fuck you were until the XFL. And maybe
Yeah,
a lot of maybe you're heavily into the college. You might know Lamar's pretty heavy in the college, and he don't even really remember you. So clearly, you wasn't able to do much. Maybe a 1 to 2 year career in the league, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of that, bro. Like as a quarterback, you don't give up the plays. As a player, you don't give up the plays. I don't care what you're doing. The shit is just weird.
hmm it
And you
is
could be
weird.
putting your teammates in a danger, bro. Like, let's say you're giving it to a linebacker. This linebacker knows exactly the route this wide receiver's crossing over. And in the XFL, they let you hit a little bit harder. You could have this motherfucker
hmm
literally seriously injured because the defender already knows exactly where he's gonna be at, ready to light him up. But I don't know.
That's true.
You feel like that's gonna hurt the XFL a little bit? Because I don't know if they are gonna be able to keep it going when you got shit like this going on. Who knows? The refs are getting paid. Like if a player is just given a playbook, why can't a ref just get handed a couple 5Gs, 3Gs to fold it all over?
Hey, I mean, I don't think it's gonna fall though, just because this is spring football, and people want to see spring football no matter what. I mean, we just gotta make a. I mean, it is wrong. Hopefully, they make some adjustments, but if they don't make no adjustments, and then that's how the XFL is gonna be, then shit, that's how we gonna have to roll with some adjustment. We gonna have to adjust and roll with the punches, and not even the punches. We might adjust to it to where that's what we expect now. Like, oh, we gonna expect harder hits. We gonna expect these referees to get paid or somebody to be paid. But I mean, the harder hits thing, I can deal with. But you giving up plays of the other team, that's like what the hell.
Yeah, that's
But I
kind
don't
of
think the XFL is gonna fold though.
yeah, that's
If the
kind of
money is good, they're not gonna fold.
to me, that's kind of the lowest low, kind of just scumbag, dirt shit as player, like as a human. I don't know. I just
Yeah.
I don't like that, bro. As a football player, I don't like that. But also, let's talk about a little about the draft, Lamar. Let me hear about the combine, man, because I'm over here looking at it. I'm looking at quarterbacks. I see guys are breaking record for highest jump, highest fucking verticals, highest 40 dashes. I seen a lineman. What was his name? He had a faster 40 than Nick Bosa, and there was another defensive lineman up in there too. That they're just showing the speed, and the comparison was crazy. He was beating them by like 0.80 seconds, 0.65 seconds. Like, but
Hmm.
what should we look for with the 40s? What should we look for towards the combine, towards the draft? What's it looking like? Why are these players so efficient, so much more efficient than the players of the previous past?
Yeah, so I'm gonna start off by saying that I remember a few days ago you asked me like what in this draft this year, what position is like the most talented group. I would definitely say, especially after kind of like watching the combine. I mean, combine is not over, obviously. I forgot. I think that tight end still supposed to run 40 and all that, and then
Yeah, they
another
still got to
position
go.
group I
Quarterbacks
can't
supposed to go
remember.
today, so yeah, they still got a couple more.
Yeah, and I know the receivers went this morning. I watched a few receivers run their 40s. I think it's another group that's supposed to go later because the receiver group is so big.
Right.
But I would definitely say defensive end though. Like the defensive line is definitely stacked. You're gonna see a whole bunch of defensive linemen go in the first round for sure. All throughout the first round. Um, the guy that you was talking about, Nolan Smith, he ran a 4.44, and it's just
Ridiculous.
crazy when I was thinking about it. Ridiculous. And when I was thinking about it now I'm comparing the line, some of those defensive end 40s, because a lot of those dudes too. It's too many to kind of really name, but Nolan Smith was one to kind of really pinpoint because he ran like the fastest 40.
Right.
But it was a lot of guys that ran like a lot of defensive ends that ran 4.5s, 4.5 like flats, 4.51, 4.55, like all that. And they measure up at 6'6", 250, 6'5", 230, 6'5", 6'3", 270, 260. And it's like, damn, they tall and they heavy, but they still running so damn fast. And you got these receivers like Jordan Addison, who's what 5'11", 180, who he ran the four
So,
four four five.
so what
How
about
does linebacker faster than you? He's 6'6", 240. Like he about to hawk you down.
Anthony Richardson? So I'm looking at his stats right here. This is so his height. He's 6'4". That's taller than George Kittle. He's playing quarterback. His weight is
Mm-hmm.
244, bigger than Hassan
Damn,
Reddick. You know, that's a
damn,
best defense, one of the best defensive ends in the NFL. And then you look at his hand
the
size,
best.
bigger than DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins has the hands of mitts. Literally, he's over
Damn,
here snagging the ball. And then his broad jump is 10'9", longer than Odell Beckham Jr. Odell.
damn,
So I'm looking
damn.
at his stats, and then like his 40, I think it was who did they say was faster? He had a crazy 40 time too. So he's just an athletic beast. Like how do
Oh
you
yeah.
explain that? Like what is it? Is it genetics?
I mean,
Is it evolvement?
yeah.
Why is the
I
quarterback
mean,
looking like that?
this athletic freak. It's not really the quarterback position. It's just him. He's him.
Oh, he's him.
Anthony Richardson, that's a Gator. That's a Gator product. Florida Gators produce products. Kadarius Toney. You got Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson is a physical beast. I was watching him in college. The knock on him though is just his experience. He only started because Kyle Trask. I don't know if you know about Kyle Trask. Played for the Buccaneers backup.
Yeah.
It's talking about him starting hopefully this year.
Yeah.
But Kyle Trask was a Heisman finalist at in Florida, but they lost a few games towards the end, so he kind of got knocked out like the Heisman race. But he was sitting behind Anthony Richardson was sitting behind Kyle Trask for a long time, so that's why Anthony Richardson didn't really get to start. Like as you see, like a lot of true freshmen and like start right away. So Anthony Richardson had to sit like 2 years, but when he got his chance, he came in, he produced. He had a few games where he showed flashes. Then he had a few games where he, made some critical turnovers, showed true signs of being a young player, young, inexperienced, especially on the college level, especially in that SEC. But when he did make plays, you see it. Like the the potential. Like I mean, I like obviously you don't want to compare him to, you don't want to make too many comparisons, but you see Cam Newton comparisons, super big, athletic, got a strong arm. Then you also see Lamar Jackson, the way he can move, the way he can juke. I mean, Cam Newton was also able to juke too, but the way Anthony Richardson able to kind of like really move his body and hit that one cut. Yeah. So and the hand size is critical too. I didn't really realize like his hand is really huge, and that's the knock on like Bryce Young. Or like quarterbacks like that, like Kyler Murray, like they was, always like, damn, the hand size. So even Russell Wilson, they were just trying to, say like, oh, is his hands big enough? But shit, when you got a guy that's 6'4", 245 with big hands like that, he the same size as Ben Roethlisberger, but just athletic Ben Roethlisberger.
So when this is all said and done, are you seeing Bryce Young as the number one quarterback taken in the draft, or are you seeing Richardson?
Oh, for sure. I see Bryce
Yeah.
Young.
And so you don't feel like Richardson, you don't feel like maybe this could raise his draft stock just off
Oh
the
yeah, it
timeline.
definitely did. He's definitely a top 10 lock. He's locked. Top
So
10 lock.
and so who's going with Bryce? So you're looking at there's only so many quarterbacks that are really available in this draft. And this draft is not really known as a real quarterback heavy. You got your guys throughout there, but I feel like years prior, you had like your Trevor Lawrence's up in there. You had just straight dogs up in there. Justin Fields, Trey Lance. But who are you feeling are top 3 quarterbacks taken first?
No, yeah. So the way I see this draft, taking place, this is just kind of like my mock draft, or kind of like expectations of what I kind of see. So we all know that Chicago Bears got the number 1 pick, but they have Justin Fields, the number 1. We all think he's really good. He has great potential. He had a breakout year last year, a way better year than his rookie year. We all see the potential. He's super young. He's on a rookie deal. So I see the Chicago Bears trading this pick to maybe the Colts or the Houston Texans. The Texans got the second pick overall. So it's really who the Texans like. If the Texans like CJ Stroud, I think CJ Stroud is for sure a lock at the second pick. I think Bryce Young will go first. So I think the Texans will stay put at 2 if they like CJ Stroud better. But if the Texans, which I believe they will trade up to go get Bryce Young, because they new head coach is D'Amico Ryans, Alabama product, and I really feel like he's gonna want to go get the Alabama guy, Bryce Young.
You like Bryce, but
So I think that.
I remember you said his height was kind of the only knock you're giving on him because they got measured today. He was on
Yeah,
like 5'10", and he's gonna be looking over what 6'2", 6'3", offensive lineman, possibly even like
yeah, but
6'6".
well, yeah, but they honestly was not too. They was pretty happy about that measurement just because that's the same kind of like height as Kyler Murray kind of measured in.
Right.
Same height, same kind of weight. And you know, over these next couple of months before even the preseason game, he's going to gain at least like 5 to 10 more pounds. He's gonna get up to about 200, maybe even 205, if he's not that already. But yeah, I think Bryce Young's gonna be good though. He's super. Like, bro, he played collegiate football, started 2 years in like the best conference in all of college football. You
Right.
playing against NFL talent every week at every position, and you getting hit every play, and he's able to get up. And like the type of hits that he took, a lot of the times, like you wouldn't think his little ass would get up, but he got up. Not for real. Like he got up for. I'm like, damn. Like he got crunched, and he get up every time. He's kind of built like a running back, low key. He really is. He's built like a running back. He's just short.
Do you
Same thing
feel
like
like
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray? What? How much does Kyler Murray weigh? Like 225, 220,
Now
219, 218?
now Kyler Murray's about 210, 215. You can see it too. He got it kind of chunky.
Yeah, that's
But
what I.
same thing with Bryce. Bryce is gonna be chunky too. CJ Stroud, it's funny. CJ Stroud, it's funny. CJ Stroud and it's pretty cool because CJ Stroud and Bryce Young, they're from LA, from SoCal. CJ Stroud from like the Inland Empire. He went to Rancho Cucamonga High School,
You said
and
Canaluca. Wait, Canaluca who? Canaluca who? What was the high school called?
he went to Rancho Cucamonga.
Why the fuck they name it that?
It,
Rent a
because
Cucamonga.
that's the name. That's the name of the city, Rancho Cucamonga.
Oh, okay,
If,
okay,
if
okay.
everybody that know SoCal, they know about Rancho Cucamonga. It's like a really nice area, like super nice,
It's
like
bougie.
suburban.
It's
Yeah,
where
it
the
really
bougie
is for real. That's why
Kardashians
I
and
was
all that
surprised
be.
he went there. Yeah, hell yeah. I'm surprised he went there because I don't know. It seemed like he got it's really really bougie. But anyway, but he went there, and then Bryce Young went to he was in Pasadena, but he went to Cathedral. Then he transferred over to Modern Day. Modern Day is his powerhouse. Matt Leinart went there.
Yeah,
I mean not Matt Leinart. Yeah, no, not Matt Leinart.
whatever
Somebody
it
went
is.
there.
Oh,
Matt Barkley. Matt Barkley. But anyway, Modern Day code. But yeah, we got two great quarterbacks, two young quarterbacks from LA, representing the top of the draft. Pretty cool to see. Oh, and they also asked CJ Stroud. They was like, hey, like, what do you think about, you maybe going number one overall to Chicago Bears? They was, just asking them, hypothetically. And it was just saying like, he was just saying like, nah, like that's not even like, I'm not even thinking about that. Like, that's my brother team. Like that's his team. Like he gonna grow with them and he gonna do what he do. Like I got complete confidence that he gonna be great with them. And that is his brother. You feel me? Like he sat behind Justin Fields. That was who he was sitting behind for about I think a year or two before he got the start. So no, I think he sat behind him for a year if I'm not mistaken, or maybe even 2 years. I think he redshirted.
okay.
But yeah, I thought that was cool though. I thought that was cool that he said that.
The draft is gonna be good. When does the draft start? March what? Is it March what?
Nah, the draft is the first week of May. No, I think it's the last few days of April. Yeah, it's like April 29th or something like that.
How many more days do we have in combines? It's like what, 2 more days? Because you still got to get
Yeah,
the
about
tight
2 more
ends.
days.
Did they do
Yeah, until
offensive lineman
Monday.
already? Not yet, right?
I
I don't
don't
think
believe
so.
so.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think they've done offensive and defensive linemen. I think they did linebackers. I want to say. So
No,
yeah, we
yeah,
got a couple
they
more
did.
days.
They did. They did D lineman. They did D lineman, D lineman. They did linebackers. They did DBs. They did like the safeties and corners. They did the receivers this morning. They haven't did running backs. So that's what they haven't did running backs. They haven't did.
Tight ends.
Yeah, they might do running backs today too. They might be doing it right now actually because all the combine is going on like all day until about like 8 p.m. like tonight. So
And that's why a lot of
yeah,
players, that's why a lot of NFL players always say, I hated the combine because they were there all day, especially if you're not there to the later groups. You got to wait, you got to wait, and you got to wait. You can't just leave and go home. So that's another thing that sucks a part of the combine. But
yeah.
let's talk about the NFL now. So you had Josh Jacobs. I don't remember, we were just talking about this a couple weeks ago, and he was saying that he was going to be a hero turned villain. Sonny Band,
Mhm.
CJ Stroud is definitely the best quarterback in the draft. I want the Raiders to draft him. Fuck A Rod. What's What's your take on that?
Damn, what? Josh Jacobs said that?
Nah, a Raiders fan said that CJ Stroud definitely the best quarterback in the draft. I want the
Oh,
Raiders to draft him. Fuck A-Rod.
oh my bad. What pick do the Raiders hold right now?
Sonny Benz, what pick do the Raiders hold right now? I'm not sure.
Oh, he tapped in right now.
Yeah, he's on the live right now. Let me see. I'm not sure. I thought they was pretty high up there though, right? Because they finished damn near last in the league. They only won what, like
Not
eight,
yet.
6, 7? I don't even know. I'm not
Nah,
sure.
they won a good amount of games. Well, because remember they was kind of low key until like the last 2 weeks, like low key fighting for a
Sonny,
playoff spot.
Sonny, when is the Raiders pick? Oh, we got the
Because
seventh
remember
pick.
Derek Carr get picked. He didn't. Oh, they got a seventh pick.
They got the seventh pick, but they'll have to trade up then, right? If they want to get CJ Stroud.
Yeah, but I mean, sure they can trade up. They can definitely trade up. They can trade Josh Jacobs.
Oh, we was
That's what
just
I'm
about to get on
saying.
to the Josh Jacobs news. You talking about trading Josh
That's what I'm
Jacobs?
saying. But I mean, if they want to trade up and get C.J. Stroud,
I don't. Will Josh Jacobs be enough? You're gonna have to give up the seventh pick, Josh Jacobs. You're gonna have to give up probably another pick, and that's gonna have to be maybe what, like a next year first or something.
yeah, something. But that's what you got to do, bro. That's what the Chiefs did to go get Mahomes.
I don't know if CJ Stroud is more worth it than Aaron Rodgers when you got Devontae Adams is already what, 30 years old. See, it's not like CJ
Yeah,
Stroud's
but you
about
can't.
to jump in and go win no Super Bowl for you.
I mean, you never know, man. You never know. Like shit, Joe Burrow made that jump. Jalen Hurts made the jump to
Not
get you
rookie
to the
year.
Super Bowl.
Not rookie
Not
year.
rookie, but I mean, 2 3 years, shit, you can get there.
Aaron Rodgers gets you there this year with him being 30.
Not necessarily. You don't. Not necessarily, bro. The Raiders got a lot of that. The Raiders have a lot of holes. Even if they was to sign Aaron Rodgers, they would have to, fill the offensive line. They would have to build that defense. The defense is the one with all the holes. They don't have no DBs. They traded away their best safety, which was well, I don't even know if he was their best safety. Obviously not, but they gave away Abrams. So they got to replace a lot of guys. You on mute. You on mute. Or I can't hear you.
Abram
Yeah, I
was a
can hear you now.
yeah. Labron was a liability to me. I feel like he was a big hitter,
Yeah,
but
and
in coverage he's
coverage.
always giving up plays. It's like
Yeah.
what's his name from Seattle? What's his name? Fucking.
Devon. I was about to say Devon.
I know.
Jamal
I
Adams.
was thinking Devontae Adams too. I was trying to. Why could the fucking I remember?
Jamal.
Jamal Adams. Yeah, Jamal Adams, big time hitter, but in coverage. But the difference between Jamal Adams, he's decent in coverage. He's solid in coverage. He's not bad in coverage. It's just that he does give up
Yeah.
plays here and there. He doesn't really. It's not that he gives up plays. He just doesn't get the interceptions. That's why everybody hates on him. Well, Abram is he's giving up plays and he's not getting interceptions and he's giving big hits, but sometimes he'll fucking let the nigga break the tackle and break off.
Hmm.
But I
Yeah.
also said we got a real good chance to draft him because I can only see two teams needing the quarterback: the Texans and the Colts.
Yeah,
But
honestly, I totally agree. I totally agree. I was going to mention that earlier, but I kind of forgot. But yeah, that's why I said like because the Seahawks they hold I think the fifth pick, but they're not going to draft. They gonna either draft either receiver or maybe they not gonna draft no quarterback though. Seahawks are
no.
gonna roll with Geno. They're gonna roll
Oh
with
wait, no,
Geno.
you
If they
said
draft the quarterback,
Seattle for sure could draft the quarterback this year. Why wouldn't they? It's not like
no,
Gino.
they will, but not in the first round. They're not gonna draft a quarterback in the first
I can
round.
see definitely a quarterback in the first round. If they're able to get up, if they're up there, they for sure would draft them. Why not? They unless they feel like
They're
next
not.
year's quarterback draft is going to be better. Geno Smith is not taking you nowhere, bro. He's not winning you a Super Bowl. He might get
Or
you in
shit,
the
Caleb
playoffs
Williams.
to be in
They
the
better
game
tank.
first round.
But that's the thing though. Geno is actually a really good quarterback though. Like he showed it this year. You can build on that. You can why go get a quarterback when you have a quarterback that's done it, that's doing it, and then you can go get a receiver just on the opposite end of DK, or go get a lineman or go get a big time defensive end that's gonna pass rush. That's what the hell they need for real, for real.
He
Same
said
thing with the
both.
Raiders, bro. That's what I'm saying. They need a pass rusher. They need linebackers. They need safety. Raiders got a lot of holes. Devontae Adams is not the whole team.
He
Aaron
said
Rodgers, even if he got signed, he wouldn't. Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams, that wouldn't get them to the playoff. Maybe, but that wouldn't get them to the Super Bowl.
we need the coach to take a veteran.
And that's gonna waste Aaron Rodgers' time. Aaron Rodgers only got like 2 3 year window.
Yeah,
That's
to
why
be
I feel like they
honest,
should go.
he might
If
not
they,
even play two
they
years. He might just only
that's what I'm
play
saying.
1 year.
That's what I'm saying. So they could trade up, get C.J. Stroud. They could probably. I ain't saying just trade Josh Jacobs, but that, to be honest, that's the only piece I could think of. Or Darren Waller. Trade
I don't.
Darren Waller.
Yeah, I'll be open to trading Darren Waller, but it's hard to find another tight end. Your tight ends is what the quarterback needs and loves.
To
What
be
you don't
honest,
feel like tight ends are
it's
number one friend to a quarterback?
no. They are, but I'm saying it's a lot of tight ends. Like it's funny because I was just watching some draft analysis, some draft little news right now, and they was just saying how shit this draft is probably one of the best drafts of tight ends. It's
Yeah,
like double digit tight end.
yeah.
It's like double digit tight ends that like can go really really early in this draft. Like that's really really good and athletic. Like you're gonna see a lot of tight ends running 4.5, really performing well in the receiver, receiving drills, tight end drills, and whatnot. You got the tight end from Utah. You got the tight end that they compare to Gronkowski, the guy from Notre Dame. You got a lot of tight ends, bro. A lot of tight ends. So that's what I'm saying. The Raiders can trade up. They can go get a tight end in the second round to replace Darren Waller. They can trade up. They can trade Darren Waller and a seventh pick to trade up to the third pick and get C.J. Stroud or somebody or second pick with that. You feel me? It
So
makes sense.
you was talking about trading Josh Jacobs. So this is right here, and we're just about to
Well,
dive
either
into.
or,
Yeah,
either or.
either or. So we're talking about Josh Jacobs, and remember, he didn't. He said he's going to turn hero, turn villain. If they even talked about bringing in the franchise tag, but this was from Tom Pelissero the other day. The Raiders plan to
Mm,
place the franchise tag on star running backs Josh Jacobs if the sides don't reach a deal by Tuesday's deadline. Per sources, the
damn.
NFL's leading rusher last season, Josh Jacobs is viewed as a part of the future in Las Vegas. The top running backs in the market should be a few tags along. Long-term tags would be Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs, Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard just got franchise tagged today, I think I want to say. And then also you could look at Miles Sanders if he's not able to reach a deal with the Eagles. So Josh Jacobs, him being franchise tagged would not be a good look for the Raiders. I don't think so. So I feel like they already been having enough news in the drama, enough separation between in the locker room. So I feel like it's time
Mm,
to put your foot down, pay your running back, and let's actually try to
mm.
make a team instead of always dealing with the
That's
bullshit every
that's
season
what
and
I'm
off season.
saying.
Why do you
You said
want
it perfect.
more?
That's what I'm saying. Trying to make a team. So get pay Josh Jacobs, trade up, trade Darren Waller because Darren Waller got a big contract. Trade Waller and that seventh pick to go get C.J. Stroud. You got a young quarterback to build for the future. You got him on the four. You got him at least for 4 years for sure, maybe 5. And that's what I'm saying. You got a great running game. You got C.J. Stroud with Josh Jacobs.
And
Go get your receiver. Go sign a veteran receiver. You feel me?
Dasani says the Raiders know that Josh Jacobs, outside of Josh Jacobs, the team. Wait, the Raiders know Jacobs outside of Tay is the engine to that run offense. I think
Bro, Josh Jacobs is the Raiders.
so. He was trying to say basically that the engine that runs the Raiders is Josh Jacobs and Devontae Adams, but behind
I agree.
Devontae is Tay, or behind Devontae is Josh, and I agree with that. But I would actually say that Josh Jacobs is the number one engine, and then I would say Devontae is number two.
Hey, I got one take though. I got one take for Raider fans. Hey, Raider fans, don't sleep. I'm telling y'all, as a football analysis, do not sleep on Josh McDaniels and Jared Stidham. I'm telling you.
Hey, don't worry about sleep, nigga. I'm in hibernation.
All right.
I ain't waking up.
They performed against a great Niner team now. Had
Nah,
y'all on the ropes.
they did, and that was one time. Congratulations. And then after
Yeah,
that,
all right.
they weren't able to win the game. So I feel like they
They
really
only had one shot. But I'm saying if they have that chemistry going into next season, they can make a run. They might, or not even make a run. But I'm just saying, like, Stidham might can make a statement.
So you
We
think?
just seen. Okay, go ahead.
So would you rather have Stroud or Stidham?
Honestly, I would rather have Stroud, of course, because
Of course.
that's just the guy. But
That's
I'm just saying. But I'm just saying, as Raider fan, as for Raider fans, if they don't want to trade that pick, if they don't want to trade Waller, and if they don't want to trade, Josh Jacobs and stuff like that, then you feel me?
so what would you do then if you don't want to? If you want to keep the guy you already have, Stidham, what would you do with that pick? You got the 7th pick. Would you draft what, like a defensive lineman?
Yeah, bro, you got so many needs. I would draft a corner, maybe Christian Gonzalez or Joey Porter Jr. I would probably draft offensive lineman or maybe a D lineman like Will Anderson. I'll probably trade up and get that guy. He's a freaking nature. Or maybe even Jalen Carter might fall to you at 7. You never know. Shit, somebody. Or Nolan Smith, the defensive end, the freak of nature, running the 4.44, running faster than freaking Stephon Diggs and shit.
See, and
Stephon
here's
Diggs,
what
you gotta see. Stephon Diggs, you better be ashamed of yourself, man.
here's
How you
one of
let
your
a 6'6" defensive end hawk you down?
hey, to be honest, but I feel like he never really had breakaway speed. He was just elusive.
True, true, true.
But the Raider fan said, Dasani said, Stidham played good because they had no tape on him. Look what happened the next week. He played ass against the Chiefs.
Bro, that's the Chiefs, Super Bowl champs. Put some respect on them boys' name,
Niners,
man.
it's not like the Niners are damn near always in there in that mix also though. So it's like they
It's
should
not
get
even that they had tape, bro. The Chiefs play y'all boys 2 times a year, bro. Them boys been knowing what y'all was gonna run.
you could have threw
Come on
anybody
now.
out there. They got the Raiders number
Yeah.
for real though. The Chiefs got the Raiders number. They've been having the Raiders number though. So
Bro, you
that's
seen when the
possible.
Raiders jump you see when the Raiders played the Chiefs earlier in the year in Arrowhead when Josh Jacobs was running all over them boys, and I thought the Raiders were about to whoop that ass. But Chiefs came back. So
Do you feel like they're ever going to get over that hump? Well, how long is it going to take for the Raiders to get past the Chiefs? Because they've been going back and forth at it for a couple of years, and or like they ain't been able to really beat the
once
Chiefs for like the last since Mahomes been on that squad.
once once they put together a great game plan, that's all it really takes for real, for real.
How do you feel like
Because no matter who the quarterback is, they gotta still put together a good game planning, especially against the Kansas City Chiefs.
how
Because the
you
Chiefs
feel?
is the type of team. My bad, cut you off. Chiefs type of team, as Eagles know. Chiefs type of team, like you gotta really fucking knock them out. Like when you got a chance to knock them out, you gotta knock them out because if you keep playing with them and then they hold on to the third quarter and they still hanging around by 10 points and not shit even 20 points, they can come back on your ass.
Yeah, you got to put them away. You got to have an explosive offense to put them away too. Because your
Gotta put them
defense can be
away.
great. It don't even matter if your defense is great because they always figure out a way to. Mahomes always figures out a way to like make a little crack inside that solid wall. So you really got to just keep scoring and scoring and scoring. Your defense is gonna get a stop. You got to trust in them, but you got to keep scoring, piling up the points so they just don't want to compete no more. Or you just got to wait
Exactly.
until Kelsey retires. Andy Reid, that's another option. I don't know. You kind of limited it.
Damn.
He said, once we get a
Bro.
defense, we're going to win because we beat the LM before in shootouts. I think because you beat the Chiefs in shootouts, we went in a battle a couple times, but our defense is horrible. And that's what I feel like Derek Carr he could do shootouts. He was able to do a couple shootouts when he was with the squad. I feel like they should have probably even just kept him and then brought in the draft pick. I don't know. Maybe you could have kept Carr and then Stroud and then drafted Stroud. But Derek Carr, they fucked themselves up even agreeing to the original deal in the first place to give him that much money if they continue to stay on the squad. I think they're gonna own like another like 20-something mil coming up, 30 mil.
So what is 2 positions that you would look at as a 49er fan? Maybe even 3 positions, but what's 2 or 3 positions that you can see that could be a very big need for the 49ers?
Number
Like
one,
something that maybe my bad, because maybe even something that my bad, maybe even a draft pick that you could draft in the first round. Who could you guys see you drafting?
I'm not really sure, but when it goes to position wise, I'm gonna go offensive lineman for sure because you're gonna need some help for Trey Lance and Brock Purdy. You seen Reddick run right through there. McGlinchey, he's looking like his knees not able to hold up no longer. Then you look at probably the corners just because you got a lot of injuries. Not Emmanuel Sanders. Not Emmanuel Sanders. What's his name? Emmanuel Mosley. He just tore his ACL. Jason Verrett, no certainty. We don't know what's going on in that situation. So maybe look into the corners and then for sure defensive lineman because you brought up this earlier. You talked about defensive lineman Kinlaw. That motherfucker eats squirrels. He goes rapid. He looks crazy in the offseason. You over here 365 pounds straight muscle. Look, oh my goodness. But then he gets on the field and he don't do shit. So I don't know. He gets hurt or his body's not able to hold up for a whole season. He plays 1 to 2 games. So they're gonna look. I think we gotta look at those 3 positions. What about the Eagles? What's it looking like? Top 3
Oh yeah,
positions.
for sure. I'm glad you asked. I thought you would never ask. Yeah. So we hold 2 picks. We hold the 10th pick and the 30th pick. There's been a lot of rumors saying that just knowing who our GM is, Howie. Howie Roseman, a fellow Florida Gator fan, a fellow Gator, which is fucking insane because great minds freak alike. But anyway, no, but there's been rumors saying that we are gonna trade our 10th pick. We probably gonna trade our 10th pick back, maybe a little bit for a team that maybe want to trade up, maybe want to draft. Maybe Anthony Richardson that might still be there at 10. Shit, maybe somebody shit might sneak up and try to draft Anthony Richardson, maybe like the Baltimore Ravens, maybe or somebody like that. So, I think definitely, but like position need, I'm not gonna name no names. Just I could probably name names after, but position needs, I can definitely see either corner, like that's critical for us. Corner is critical, especially because we losing James Bradbury. We
Yeah.
need we need a solid corner. We got Slay for like the next, I'm gonna say a year, maybe 2 years, but we got Slay for another year or two. But we need a young corner for Slay to mentor. But we'll also just, even though he's gonna be mentored, we need that young corner to come in, physically ready to play right away, though. So I was looking at a guy that I've seen run his 40, and that's also supposed to be a first rounder. He went to Georgia, so that'd be perfect. He with Jordan Davis. He's with N'Kobe Dean. He'd be how you say, comfortable because he played with those players in college. But a guy like Keely Ringo, corner out of Georgia, he's wearing number 5, but he's a beast. He made like one of the game-winning interceptions against Alabama in the national championship. He got dreads, ran a 4.36. He's 6'2", 205, physical
Something
freak.
about the dread headed niggas, man. Them crazy, man.
Man, bro, there's something about them niggas, man. Something about them dreadheads, man. But
They
yeah,
got
Keely
no
Ringo,
speed on 'em.
man, Keely Ringo, I could see us getting. Shit, he might could even fall to number 30. Shit, maybe we might can get him late. But then also too, shit, maybe at 10, if we keep that pick, we can get Joey Porter Jr. He's experienced. He's a NFL kid. His dad played in the NFL for a long time for the Pittsburgh Steelers, so he's
Right.
familiar with the Pennsylvania area. So that'd be cool to see him staying kind of like in the state of Pennsylvania and stuff like that. He went to Penn State, which is pretty cool. He's also a physical freak. He's like 6'2". I think he's about I think he like barely 200, or he might be a little over 200, but that's hella big for a corner for you to even be 200 pounds. Sauce Gardner is freaking barely 180 pounds,
I
190.
know,
You
bro.
feel me? So
His body
yeah,
type is solid. Like he's skinny. He don't look like the biggest, nor the
yeah.
fastest, but
But
he got that dog
I,
in him, bro, and it makes up. And he's smart
bro,
as hell.
I swear to God, bro, I'm not even lying. I'm glad we're talking about draft and like college and shit. So I've seen Sauce Gardner when I think he was like I mean, this is obvious, but when he was like barely kind of like really making a name, when I even first heard, I'm like, damn, who is Sauce? Like that sound hard. Like Sauce Gardner, that sound, because he was wearing number 12 before he wore number 1 at Cincinnati, and this is before Cincinnati really was like that. You feel me? But anyway, bro, he was skinny, bro. Like you could tell he was tall. But bro, he was skinny, bro. Like even on TV, you like, yeah, that boy is skinny, but he making plays. Same thing with old boy from the Browns. I can't think of his damn name. But anyway, but yeah, he was like these dudes be super skinny, but when you get to the league, bro, they put weight on you. Like that's why you see him now. You can tell he gained way more weight in the league
You can
now.
see it in
He's
the
way more
shoulder.
solid. Yeah, you can see it. So
Yeah,
that's one good thing about like these guys that's going into the league. They might look a little slender now, but when they get drafted and they actually get with they teams, now they can get that NFL program. So
yeah. It's a whole different type of working out. It's a whole different type of taking care of your body and eating, taking care of the temple.
yeah,
And
yeah. And
last
my
up,
bad, my bad, my
go
bad,
ahead.
my bad, my bad, my bad. But just to finish too, real quick, I would say corner Eagles can get, or we gotta address D tackle or like D line, just because we are losing. I believe we might be losing Javon Hargrave if we're not trying to pay him all this money, because he's like a number 1 defensive tackle that's free agency right now. He's demanding a lot of money. Also, too, Fletcher Cox, we might not resign Fletcher Cox back.
That's
Huh?
crazy, and that's really crazy that the Eagles could possibly
I
get Fletcher
know.
Cox. He's been with the Eagles through the thickest and the
Yeah,
thinnest
it's
of
crazy.
times.
Yeah, it's crazy you say that too, because for like when I first heard about us either losing Javon or Fletcher, I was like, damn, I'd rather have Javon, just because Javon's a little younger. He had more sacks. He's a little more explosive, in my opinion. But if you think about it, though, I'd rather Loki have Fletcher because he's cheaper. He has more loyalty with our team. He's been with our team his whole career. Same thing with Brandon Graham. So I think we should keep Fletcher Cox, hopefully on a friendly little deal, team friendly deal, and Brandon Graham, 2 veterans. And we could just, if we lose Javon, that's when we, hopefully go get a D tackle later on. So yeah,
Right, right,
that's my
right.
take.
And lastly, let's move on to this last topic. Let's talk about the New York Giants because I know Daniel Jones seems to be feeling himself for some reason. I don't know who gave him this much confidence. Maybe it was Pat Mahomes. Maybe it was the New York fans. Maybe just because all the memes and shit of him looking good instead of him just falling over and running. I don't get it. But this was from Doc Kleiman. Update: the Giants have offered quarterback Daniel Jones a contract worth between 35 and 39 million per year. Source tells Albert Breer. Daniel Jones is reportedly seeking more than 45 million a season. What the fuck, Daniel? Who told you that, Daniel? Who told Daniel Jones he was worth 45 million a year?
That's
Did
that's
he
Jalen
think he
Hurts
was
money.
Lamar Jackson?
Did he think he was Jalen Hurts 2.0?
Did
Did he
he
think he
think
was
he
Jalen
was
Hurts
Tom
Jr.?
Brady?
Did he
Pat
think he was Tom Brady? Did he
Aaron
think he was?
Rodgers?
Did he think he was Josh Allen the third?
The third? Who did you think you was?
Like,
Troy Aikman's son? You think he was in the second?
right, bro. That
No.
boy thought he was Dan. That boy thought he was Dan Marino grandson.
Man, bro, you be lucky to be fucking Brian Hoyer's nephew. Like,
Bro,
come on,
he'd be lucky. Bro, he'd be lucky to be fucking Brock Purdy. That's who he'd be lucky
man,
to
bro.
be.
Who are you, bro? I understand it. I get it. I get it. Y'all turned the Giants
He'd be
season
lucky to
around,
go undefeated. He
man.
lucky.
Man, like be lucky what you asked for, Daniel Jones, because I mean, be aware, be cautious, man. Because look, you just started turning this Giant squad around. Saquon Barkley is the heart and soul of the team to me. I don't feel when I think of Giants, I always think of Saquon Barkley before I ever think of Daniel Jones. Before this year,
Mm.
it was looking like he was about to be on his way out. He had a great year, great season this year. I can't lie. He ran the ball great. But if this is gonna be his thing, I could see him saying, look, I'm running the ball a lot. I'm putting my body in danger. So that's why you got to pay me a little bit more because I'm now a dual threat quarterback. And I do understand that, but you only been doing it one season. You're not running the ball as much as a guy like Lamar, but he does run the ball a lot, can't lie. But that's part of their offense. And after doing that just for one season, I don't think you could come in big chest all wide, all open, and 45 million. Get the fuck up out of here.
That's true.
What's his
But
pay?
I think
What do you see? How you see this going?
I I was literally about to say that. So the pay, like I was gonna say, I was gonna ask you your opinion, but I was gonna say mine's first. Cause mine, you probably gonna laugh. I mean, I ain't gonna disrespect him like that because he did play pretty good. I could see Daniel Jones 45 million is insane. I could see him asking for about, I say about 25 to 30.
Well, you see, did
I
you
give
see?
him that.
Remember what I said? They already offered him. What was it? They already offered him between 35 and 39.
Nah, I'm not giving
I
him
can't
that.
believe they even offered him that. I wouldn't even
You basically already saying you about to franchise tag Saquon, giving
exactly.
him all that.
And
And
get
bro, you supposed to be giving that Saquon, bro. You supposed to give Saquon 45.
right. Well, you're not gonna give a running back that much,
Well, not
but
well, yeah,
I know
but
what you
yeah,
mean. Like you got to give him top dollar. I feel like he's the heart and soul of the squad.
like
Daniel Jones, I feel
yeah,
like you could replace Daniel. You can't replace. You could replace. Of course, a running back's always replaceable, but
damn Daniel,
I feel like it'll be
but
harder to
Saquon,
replace Saquon than Daniel Jones.
hell yeah. So like when Cincinnati said that, like that's what I'm saying. Like if they're, I feel like they're able to keep both players, but like just say for example, I would make Saquon happy. I would give Saquon what's a good amount for a running back? Like 15 million a year, 20 million a year.
Yeah, around like
So I
15,
so I give so I give Saquon like maybe a 3 year deal, like 60 million. So that's like 20 million a year, and then I go ahead and give Daniel Jones about 25 million for 4 years. So that's about four
yeah.
times five is 100 mil.
You know
Ugh,
what kind of bothers
100
me?
million though.
You start looking
I
at
don't know if
top,
Daniel Jones worth 100 million though.
that's what I'm saying. You start looking at top duos in the league that are making like, let's say like a Josh Allen and Diggs, Kelsey and Mahomes. You start like putting these two guys all the time together. Oh, look,
AJ and Hurt.
here, yeah. Look at the money here. Look at the money here. Look at the money here. And then on that list, you get to about to the fourth or fifth. You start seeing fucking Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley making the same money as guys like Pat Mahomes and guys like that. So I'm like, I can't do that, bro. I can't. You haven't done enough. You haven't proven enough. How many playoff games have you won? How many Super Bowls have you won? Like, nah.
How many Super
You
Bowls have
gotta,
you been to?
you gotta earn your way into this league. You can't just come in and offer and ask for that much money. And I don't even know why the Giants got on their knees and gave him 35 million or offered him 35,
Right.
39 mil. Are y'all
And
crazy?
that That just kind of sums up that type of organization that's going on right now with them.
Yeah, if that's
Even though
true,
they had a
that's crazy.
even though they had a good season, but that just kind of sums it up right there. It's like, bro, what are you guys doing?
Like I'm gonna give more credit to Dable than fucking I would give to Danny Jones.
Right. You giving a middle of the road quarterback, and I'm definitely that, and that's right. I'm calling him a middle of the road quarterback because he only really showed 1 year. I ain't gonna lie, he did pretty good this year, but it's really 1 year. If anything, I would have franchise tagged his ass, let him
Man,
have a prove it, let him have a prove it year. Then based on this year, oh shit, you led us to a Super Bowl. Oh shit, you led us to two playoff wins. Oh yeah, we give you 45 million. We believe in you.
we throwing it out. Okay, yeah, here go the
Kirk
checkbook. How
Kirk
much you want again?
Kirk Cousins his ass. Because remember the my bad, not the Redskins, but the Commanders, the commies, they did that to Kirk Cousins. I think they franchise tagged Kirk, I think twice if I'm not mistaken, before they end up trading him. But they basically just try to, get him on a prove it deal. And what happened was Minnesota was like, damn, Kirk is a kind of little baller. Let me give him a fully guaranteed contract.
Right, and if they do
So
end up staying with Daniel Jones, I feel like they're gonna do the same deal that they basically did with the Raiders and and Derek Carr. Okay, you're gonna have a whole
mhm.
bunch of piled up back money for the year after the first year, but if you're not able to ball out that 1 year, we cutting you or trading you, letting you loose, and then we're gonna save us a whole bunch of money in dead cap space, and then we're gonna go try to draft a quarterback or try to bring in who we can bring in. But at the same time, if you're gonna do that, do not fuck over Saquon in the process. Saquon deserves the money. All right, I understand he's been dealing with injuries, but he deserves to be paid, bro. Like a running back's career is so
How much?
short. And I remember I heard
Yeah.
Pat McAfee and them talking about it. They're like, you shouldn't even be able to franchise tag a running back. And I agree with that because their careers could only be up to 30, 29, 28. So why are
Mhm.
you able to franchise tag them, holding them back from all the money that they deserve? A quarterback played till he's 40. You feel me? Like 45. Tom Brady damn near
How
played
much
till
would
he's 50.
how much would you give Saquon?
You look at injuries, you look at what he's done, and if you do like a 3 year, I think 15, 15 a year.
And then what about and all right. What about Daniel Jones?
Daniel Jones, man, it that's kind of hard, bro. Because I see the potential, I see where they're coming from. I can see why they feel like he can get him somewhere, but I don't know if he's done enough, or I should be giving him opening up the checkbook. And even when I say like 30 mil, I even be like, damn, 30 mil, 25. Oof. I mean, four
I
years and then
know.
a year. I understand that's
That's what
quarterback
I'm saying.
market and shit type, but I feel like, damn, I feel like I might be able to get a better quarterback than you in this year's draft, maybe the next year's draft or the year after that. And we got a young coach.
Exactly.
We got a young coach that's been here. So if we really feel like I would rather trade Saquon and Daniel Jones and quit and keep Dable and then try to find a real quarterback number one than just open up the checkbook and now we fucked and we missed out on opportunity to get some quarterbacks.
All right, but look, since you said that though, do you think Daniel Jones, if you was to trade Daniel Jones, do you think he would be worth the first round pick?
No.
Saquon, I feel like would be a worth the first round pick, but
Saquon
do
not
you think Daniel Jones would?
neither one of them worth first round picks. As
You don't think
Saquon, he's
Saquon
been
would be?
he's been dealing with too many injuries, but he hasn't played a full season ever since he's been in the league. I think what
That's a great let it be known right there.
so yeah, he hasn't been healthy. You can't just be over there trying to trade and give up first round picks for a guy that can't be on the field for 16, 17, 15, even 15 games a season. And then Danny
Mhm.
Jones, it's like I just said, he hasn't proved shit like at all. He's worth like a high
So what is
second, like probably like 2 seconds,
okay?
2 seconds for Daniel Jones. And if
Ooh,
you're gonna
and
give up
Ricky
a
and
first,
Rick,
it's gonna be like an unprotected late round first pick. Like it's gonna be so late, damn near second round
that'd be
pick.
brutal. Daniel Jones to the Ravens. Sheesh.
I wouldn't like it. They're gonna try to run them. I like the arm better though. I feel like Daniel Jones probably has a
But
better
he,
arm.
but like you
What do you?
said though, he got he. But like you said, remember how you were saying how Lamar Jackson, his arm is like kind of like kind of critical in that offense. So for Daniel Jones to have an arm but also can run, don't you think he'd be a good fit?
It really honestly might be. I like. It seems kind of weird right now because you just switched over to this dark ass skin, the most athletic quarterback we've ever seen, to scrawny white dude, kind of with a beer belly, but he could run just as quick as not as quick as Lamar, but he's crazy athletic,
Right.
crazy
Yeah.
speed. He could get down the field, like, and he's huge. He's like 6'3", 6'4". So that's
Oh
another thing
yeah.
you gotta watch out. I would
No,
like.
my bad.
I wouldn't be mad at that
I
though.
had
Daniel Jones to the Ravens.
yeah, I just threw that in there because you was talking about trading Daniel Jones. So I'm trying to think like who would Daniel Jones be a good fit for? I'm trying to think what other than like the Colts and the Texans, who are most likely going to draft the two best quarterbacks in this draft.
Yeah, they're gonna probably. They're
The
probably.
Ravens got to do something because I honestly think it's over for the Ravens. My bad. It's a whole nother take. But the Ravens, bruh, Lamar Jackson not coming back. So they either gonna have to trade him. They're gonna have to trade him for some pieces. So I would trade Lamar for some first rounders, and then I would trade my 2 seconds for Daniel Jones, and then get my first rounder to get some defensive tackle or some receivers or something.
We're gonna see how it goes. The draft's in a couple months. I'm looking forward to it. Who knows the Raiders are gonna do? A lot of drama is gonna start breaking out in the next 2 to 3 or 1 to 2 months. Like it's gonna be a lot, especially free agency starts what next 2 weeks? Next week, teams are allowed to
Hmm.
start signing players. So that's pretty much the breakthrough of it all. That's when the dam starts to break loose, and we're gonna see Derek Carrs, we're gonna see Lamar Jacksons, we're gonna see our running backs. What is it, Darren? Remember when we talked about this last offseason, how these ball out 1 year, one ball out 1 year and have a career and want to demand 50 million. Okay, yeah. So he's basically because I think he's talking about when we're talking about
Oh,
Debo
Daniel Jones.
Samuels. So basically, yeah, he's talking
Uh,
about Daniel Jones. So you do like 1 year, they ball out 1 year, then they just want to get paid all crazy 50 mil a year. I think because we're talking about with Debo's situation last year, it was like, okay, I felt like Debo should have been paid. I said he deserves his money, but it was a rumor at one point that he wanted like a ridiculous crazy number, and I was like, okay, I can't do that after 1 year you balling. It's not that you ain't been balling, but this was the first real breakthrough where you was being a wide back. You made that position, and then you look at it
mhm.
this year, the stats went down. It's not because of him. It's just how the system works for the Niners. So
and
we
and
didn't
they
need him
didn't
as
really.
much. We got Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, and I feel like they didn't. Obviously, y'all quarterback situation wasn't up there.
Yeah, up the par, like exactly,
Yeah.
And then also
Yeah.
he's not really. I feel like he's a better running back, a better wide back, than a just wide receiver. When he's over there running routes, it's all right, but like the slants, I feel like the slants is favorite. You throw a little wide receiver screen, that's when he's really be able to go break loose and beat Debo Samuels that we know and love.
I said I said it here first. Deebo Samuel is just a bigger Tavon Austin.
Uh,
He's a
um,
chunkier Tavon Austin.
something like that. But we're gonna end it right here though, y'all. Let it be known. Who is the biggest offseason move? Who's gonna go where? Is Lamar gonna stay? Devontae? Is A-Rod gone? I don't know.
And I gotta ask too. Y'all gotta let it be known. Do y'all honestly think? Because it looked like Saquon might be getting franchise tag, and he gonna be pissed. So they might look to trade him, or I don't know. They might not. But if Saquon was to get traded, do you guys think y'all gotta let it be known if Saquon can be traded maybe for a first round pick if he's worth that, if he's worth the first rounder? I believe so. But what y'all think?
And I'm sending $40 today, bro. If whoever gets the fight, whoever predicts the fight between Gain and Jones, if you could predict who wins and what round it ends in, then I'm cash apping $40, bro. We
And
out there.
how
Let
it
it be
ends?
known who y'all got.
Yes, sir. We gone.
Shout out Tate.
Shout out Take.